When I was a kid, we basically had three. You know, ABC, NBC, CBS. Yes, there was PBS if your family was weird. Oh, and there was also these local independent stations. That was before Channel 13 became Fox, and Channel 11 became unwatchable. But I remember they would fill their day with local news and syndicated programming, which back then was basically reruns. And that's where I got to see Batman, Gilligan's Island, I Dream of Jeannie. And boy, did I dream of Jeannie. But on the weekend, they would have these, one of the stations had a monster movie marathon. And that's where, on my enormous 13-inch black and white television set, I saw those classic monsters for the very first time. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, O.J. Simpson. And as a kid, they scared the hell out of me. I would watch them with the blanket pulled up over my nose. Side note, monsters cannot attack you through a blankie. That is just science. But most of those classic horror movies were based on literature. And the characters were either misunderstood or tragic. That all changed in the 70s. With this new breed of modern horror films, these characters were neither tragic nor misunderstood. They were killing machines. You see, Dracula wouldn't enter your house unless invited. Michael Myers, not so polite. You just casually walk out of a closet and stab you through the eyeball. Frankenstein, made from dead people parts, but he had a gentle soul. Leatherface, also made from dead people parts. Not so gentle. When Jason would show up at Crystal Lake, everybody flees. The Wolfman gave everybody fleas. But in these classic movies, we know how to defeat them. Dracula, wooden stick. Frankenstein, fire. Wolfman, flea and tick collar. Well, I have collected some of the best information that I could find in how to survive if you are caught in a modern horror film. If you are in a modern horror film, that's how you can survive. So you're not just a body to discover when help does arrive. Follow all these simple rules and there's a chance that you will thrive. When the credits roll, you'll be the last one who was left alive. Now, if you hear a sound outside, my God, don't go investigate. Don't look behind when you are running, focus and accelerate. Don't have sex premarital, it's better if you masturbate. Cause masked psycho killers do not like it when you copulate. Remember, never ever tell your friends that you will be right back, because that's the surest way to guarantee that you will be attacked. If you're chased by Jason, Freddy, Michael, or some random guy, remember rules from modern horror films and you just may not die. If Freddy Krueger comes for you, remember, stay awake at least. Then dig up his remains and have an exorcism by a priest. If Leatherface has got you hooked, you must dislodge yourself at first, then break the tip off of a rake and spear him through till his heart bursts. When Jason is at Crystal Lake, he nearly is unstoppable, so chain him to a rock and drop him somewhere deep and nautical. Now Michael Myers is challenging because he can regenerate. So find a plant that's nuclear and then his ass you radiate. So So stay together, don't split up, or else you will become mincemeat. And if you try to drive away, make sure no one's in your backseat. If you're chased by Jason, Freddy, Michael, or some random guy, remember rules from modern horror films and you just may not die. Now, there is a tradition in the theater when doing Gilbert and Sullivan and these patter songs. You do the last verse again, but this time really fast. So I'm going to attempt to do it really fast, and hopefully you'll really like it. If Freddy Krueger comes for you, remember, stay awake at least, and dig up his remains and have an exorcism by a priest. If Leatherface has got your hook, you must dislodge yourself at first and break the tip off a rake and spear it through to his heart bursts. When Jason is crystal laking nearly as unstoppable, so chain him to a rock and drop him somewhat even nautical. And Michael Myers is challenging because he can regenerate, so find a planet that's nuclear and then his ass you radiate. So stay together, don't split up, else you become mincemeat. And if you try to drive away, make sure no one's in your backseat. If you're chased by Jason, Freddy, Michael, or some random guy, remember rules from modern